Hello. How are
Hello.
we? Welcome back. Another... One second, you're just not in focus. Can you just sit forward? Why are you not in focus? Okay, you're focusing. Perfect, thank you. So, hey Raf. How are you doing lurking in the chat?
Yeah, we see you.
We see you.
Don't think we
This
don't.
is a follow-up to what Leo got up to in his little week of downtime in Benzeradin. It probably won't be as long as the first solo adventure, but
I don't think so.
there's a few little bits left to get done. So we left off as you finished talking to a few people in the Lyceum, a few people in Benzeradin, getting some items secured for yourself, picking them up at the end of the week. Honestly, it's been quite the chill time for Leo Van Horn. It's been
busy.
It's been busy, but it's been
solving
good.
a bunch of problems. Because
Solving
these
a bunch of
chuckleheads can't fix them. Someone
Look,
has to.
Our chuckleheads can't fix anything, so that makes sense.
No
So,
kidding.
Leo, as we look back to your time in Benzeradin, as you twist and toil, trying to not able to sleep after that nightmare you had, what else did you get up to in Benzeradin and the surrounding area?
The only thing that Leo would want to knock out in the next 6 days before we leave, because all of the last session was 1 day, Leo wants to go see his sister.
Yeah.
So Leo would try and, maybe write to Celia or Lady Tavis or whoever would have the address or the location of where they've stayed, and go and get that address and bugger off to go and see what his sister's doing.
So, you wake up the following morning and make your way to the Tavis estate. Kind of
Hello.
looking around, you see Gnarl at the door, kind of just... Leo.
Hello, I'm back again.
Back again, that's it. That's all right. Who are you looking for today?
I think Celia is probably the best go of it. I'm just looking for directions, and feel like that's my best bet.
All right. He goes into the little kind of guard's hut, grabs one of the sending stones, calls to Salia, and goes, "You can head on inside. She'll meet you in the foyer."
Okay, no problem. Thank you. Lovely to see you again, Noel.
Thank you. He gives a wave as you walk up the stairs. Making your way up, you wait in the foyer. This beautiful, beautiful place. Salia makes her way down. It's a little early. She's a little messy. Like her hair's just kind of all up in a bun. She's got like her shirt is kind of hanging over one shoulder. She goes, "Good morning."
Hello. I'm sorry. I forgot to ask one thing before. I'll get right out of your hair.
No, it's fine.
I just would like to get some directions as to the small hamlets where the hidden rings and my sister have been redirected. I'm not sure if you're the best person to ask. I'm happy to be pointed somewhere else.
Yeah, there's a small farming settlement abandoned. Just, it's about a south down the main road. Sorry, she kind of her eyes just blurry and pulls her glasses up and. Just,
I brought you a coffee. I figured it'd be useful.
Okay. By all means, I can get you the address. But I think Carol, if it's not too late in the day, is planning on bamfing down.
Oh, that would solve things. I was just going to go and rent a horse and cart for the next few days before I go.
No, she's kind of just kind of pulls a necklace
I'm
out from
terribly
her thing.
sorry. You look exhausted.
I don't do mornings, really. I'm on Tavis
Nobody
time,
in
and
this
that
estate-
normally means we wake up post-lunch.
Yes, I'm very sorry. I'm
That's
working
fine.
on a book for you, though.
Thank you. She pulls a necklace out, and it's kind of got this, like, it's not like a gold coin, but it's like a little flat disc, and it's got various runes in on it, and she speaks into it. And the words just almost like get pulled in, all the sound gets pulled in to it.
Okay.
And a couple seconds later, you hear the poof behind you.
Oh, hello. I didn't bring a second coffee, Carol. I'm sorry.
No, I haven't gone to sleep yet, so that's fine.
Oh, wonderful. I'm sure Sally has just told you, but yes, I'd like to go see my sister if you're heading down that way.
Yeah, I'm kind of assessing a few bits for us. I'm by Jan, quickest mode of transportation for us.
Well, I'm happy to share a cart with you if you don't feel like. And I'll point to the ring.
Oh no! And he puts a hand on your shoulder and he just goes,
"Oh shit!
This is going to be a lot worse than the first time you did this."
I'm not going to enjoy that.
And he's swinging the blade for maybe like 15 seconds, concentrating kind of southward, and then he doesn't give you any warning. He just goes, and you feel yourself, and the level of acceleration is very like to what you thought. You're being moved at exceptional speeds, and you come through going ass over tea kettle, everything kind of jostling. Roll me a con save.
Sure. No, that is a 3 on the dice. My con save is +5 though. You
start going ass over tea kettle, and you just vomit just as like a rolling ball just spraying.
Yeah, I'm that kid on the roller coaster.
Oh, and Carl, he kind of gets back and he kind of takes like a step as he gets through and he goes, "Oh, bad landing."
Yeah, that wasn't good. Are you all right?
No, I'm fine.
Prestidigitation clean.
Yeah. He grabs it. You see, he does like this small little pouch on his side, and he pulls it out, and he just pours sand down out of it. It just like infinitely starts pouring sand. He starts kicking it over the sink.
Oh yeah, I'm terribly sorry about that.
We knew it was going to be bad, though. He puts it back on his hip.
Oh.
All right, and you see, there's like kind of lazy hills, a slight pond, kind of little farmland. You see like small bits of animal husbandry going on. You can hear cows in the distance a little bit. There's maybe the better part of like one kind of like big boarding house, and then I'd say 8 individual like farmsteads. You see a lot of like these people who you see is like, you know them to be decent mages and the like, kind of just strewn about. A lot of them in just like common clothes and like just overalls to start mucking stuff out.
Well, that's quite the disguise. This is lovely, actually.
Yeah, it's not it's not a bad place. It costs a little bit, but the Mantarthia government wasn't really doing much with it, I suppose.
I know, and for what we brought back, I suppose it was price well paid, I guess.
Yeah, it's a small little place. Oh, he pulls out a little notebook. It was once called Bromwich.
Bromwich. I'll just put all that down. Come on, work, you stupid pen.
Yeah, Lady Tavis bought this off the banks of Mantarthia, and it's ours, and now theirs.
Do you have business? I'm happy to leave you alone, or I'm happy to come with you.
I do. I have to speak to a man named Lariak, one of the Goliath gentlefolk here. You're okay from here, I assume?
Oh yes, I'm quite good, thank you. Carol, thank you for the transport. That speeds things up immensely.
If I'm here when you're going back, but I'm probably heading back in a couple of hours, so I imagine you want a little bit longer.
Oh, no, I'll be here for a couple of days, I think, so I'll sort myself out.
We sent some horses this way to them, so they should have some horses and carriages. If you're really stuck, I don't have one on me. Get one of the mages here to sending me. I can come pick you up if it's really drastic.
It shouldn't be drastic. I'll be all right. My sister can sort out where I am and where I need to go. I'll make it her problem. She's made enough of my own problems.
All right, and spins out.
Bye.
Also, just a quick question. Dungeon hook. Read it to your players if it doesn't give away a plot. Is the best way to say that. So you go find your sister.
Walking down into the hamlet.
You kind of see like this kind of bridge that kind of goes over a bit of like where a river is feeding into this pond. You see there's a little bit of like, it's a decent sized pond now. Like it's definitely capable of fishing. And you see there's just like a very familiar looking girl, very similar to you. And there's like this little pier. I suppose it's like a little dock, kind of where they've got a little fishing boat for the pond, and you see just one fishing pole kind of just set up lazily. She's just like leaning back on the
wonderful
thing.
I will do the racial flying, and I'll cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
And I will fly over to her.
Roll me a stealth at advantage.
Gladly. What's my stealth modifier? How do I use computers? Oh, that's actually pretty good. All right. Oh, yeah. That is an 18.
18?
Total.
As you're flying through the air, there's a little... You still jingle.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I'll drop invisibility and land.
Maddie has observant and alert.
Yeah.
She kind of takes this like wide brimmed sun hat, just kind of puts it down, and just gives a big smile, kind of cheesy smile up at you.
I'll land and then fall on her.
Oh, she will.
Like
roll me
full body
acrobatics,
weight
athletics.
It'll be acrobatics because my athletics is straight up dog shit. That's a 3. I'm going in the drink.
And as she's going, she kind of grabs you to the side and like rolls and just into the water.
Fly out. Hello. Lovely to see you.
I didn't know you were coming down today.
I thought you could use a surprise.
Well,
Pick
welcome
her
to
up and
Bromwich.
give her- It's beautiful. You've done very well for yourself.
Well,
Not
I'm
letting
sure
go
it will
of the
come at a
hug.
cost eventually, but for now, we're just working the land, which feels odd.
Well, it's your land. It's worth the work, I suppose. Are you okay?
I'm pretty good. It's very mundane. It's...
I suppose you could use a bit of mundane after the last week or so.
True, I could. I'm okay. It's weird. We're setting stuff up. We're still trying to build some more houses. A lot of people are still kind of getting on. 1 second. So, Floyd, absolutely love the questions. We don't really answer them in our live play that much, but if you join us in our Discord, there's a lot of people out there that could help you and reach out, put questions in there.
Discord's
I just don't want you to think we're
fantastic.
ignoring you. I will answer one last question. So generally it's contested roll. So the monk would roll, if they are grappling someone, they would roll an athletics check, and the person who's trying to escape the grapple would either use athletics or acrobatics. But I won't answer further questions. Just pop them in the Discord and someone will definitely answer you. So back into it.
Great to see you, though. Thanks for joining in.
Yeah, thanks for joining in.
I'll plonk myself down on the jetty next to her.
Oh, bite, and she grabs a fishing pole,
It's
pulls a small fish
it's
out,
peaceful.
and throws it back in.
Oh, you're just fishing for sport. You don't need the food.
No, well, I don't want to affect the ecosystem too much. Anyway, that is Poppet 2.0. She clicks her fingers and a fish just starts flopping on the jetty beside her. I need to really recast her to get a new form, and she just grabs her by the tail and just back into the water.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have the incense to help you out with that. I'd say pulling out 10 GP worth of incense and putting it next to her.
She takes it. I just thought this form would be fun for a little bit. There's no hook on that string. He just bites on.
Oh, that's cute. I'll conjure the rabbit and put it in her lap.
She kind of scratches it. So, what brings you to Bromwich? Do you want to see my home? I have a farmstead.
Of course you do. Moving up in the world.
I've got
I'm
goats.
here to see you, idiot.
Well, yeah, but don't you want to see my shit? It's cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. Come on.
She kind of puts her boots back on, gets up, and there's like, you know, she doesn't care for any position of leadership, but based on the farmstead, it is the biggest and kind of like least run down of all of them. There's still like a position of respect for her among the other people here.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a small little farmhouse. It's like 2 stories tall. It's got like 2 bedrooms on the upper floor, and it's got like a everything unit down in the bottom. It's like kitchen, living, everything. It's just like all one place.
Yeah.
And she kind of gets in, and it's it's a very organized mess. It's like there's piles of things in different places. There's like stuff that's just kind of strewn around. And you see up above the mantle there is 2 daggers, which you would recognize as Arden's.
Good spot for them, I think.
Look.
I'll just hold her hand for a little bit.
She kind of gives it a squeeze. Can I get you a tea or anything?
Tea would be lovely. Thank you. Yes, a tea. Let's do a tea.
She goes around and starts like going through the kitchen, getting this like going up to the fire that's kind of lazily burning, puts a kettle on it, just kind of gets ready, heats her hands over it. And
I'm going to move some of the shit that's on the stools or the chairs. Just
sorry about that.
Move it around. It's all right. You should see my place.
I assume it's smaller.
It is. Cost a little bit less, but...
Yeah. I've got 2 rooms if ever you're looking to stay. I've got mine and upstairs is a spare.
I might stay for a couple of days. If you'll have me.
You're always welcome. Look at this now. I'm a homeowner. Father would be devastated to see this place.
He very unbecoming of someone wearing his name. Imagine.
Sucks to be him.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I'll take the company any day of the week, though.
All right. Kind of gets the tea, pours it out, hands you a cup. So tell me what you've been up to since now that we're not in possibly life-threatening circumstances.
Oh, for now, yes. Just study. I've managed to get myself 6 months out of classes. I have the work, but I don't have to be on premises, which means I can take a bit more field work. I'm about to disappear out to the road for a little bit. Look, I'm not built for sitting around in a class doing nothing.
Same.
Yeah. It's funny how that works, I think. I think I'm heading out to the road.
Oh. Be safe, I suppose.
Oh, I've got the best guide I can find.
Will you be long?
While, week or 2, I think. I've got enough study to keep me busy.
Right. Well, when you get that sending, figure it out. Don't be afraid to send me a message.
Yes, I'm doing a little bit of work on it. I'm pretty sure I can adjust it a little to make it work with the actual logic rather than someone else's madness. I will. Of course I will. Why do you think I'm trying to learn it? It's the only reason for it.
Same.
Working on something else as well.
Yeah. Is it a
Your house is nice. No. I have my regular classes and I have the regular curriculum that I need to understand, but that's for regular people, and I'm not everyone else.
You're always an A student, and going a little bit above and beyond does make sense, I suppose. I'm going to take my home with me. Currently, your home is your bag, so I assume you're already doing that.
Yes, but I can't sleep in it.
You can put your head in it.
I'm thinking something like this.
Yeah.
A little bit more comfortable, but just...
You forgive me if I'm not familiar with the spell.
Minor illusion. And you'll see a very small, kind of like a townhouse, a country cottage, 2-story, small, quaint. I'm pretty sure I can make it real. And if you're proper size and all of that.
I'm pretty sure most people could make it real if they have the funds and money, but if you've got magic to do it, that's always good too.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember that little book we used to read as children? Yeah, the Happy Houses on the Hill, the little pop-up book. They
Oh my god.
I'm looking for a copy of it. I can't find one anywhere.
Sure.
I don't. If you see one around, I don't think they have one in them.
You see there's like a big pile of mess and like this kind of big chest, and she goes kind of like rooting in it elbow deep, and she pulls out this book that is like old and yellowed from your childhood.
Off. You don't.
I nabbed a few things when I left home.
Yeah, about that. So did I.
Sticky fingers.
You know the Holiday House?
I do.
Half of the Van Horn collection is there, replaced by forgeries.
What did you do with them?
I created forgeries, and Mum and Dad were selling everything in the collection.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, they always spent more money than they had. But I wasn't going to let my collection be liquidated like that. I saved everything that I could. It's all up in the hills.
Up in the winter home?
Yep.
Hidden?
Oh yeah, come on.
I mean, who knows about this?
You and I.
What's there? Anything worth a trip for me? Because of the two of us, if someone's better at sneaking in and stealing something.
Nobody goes up there anymore. Dad's too busy and Mum's too drunk. But if you do go up there, just take a look at the fireplace.
Understood. I don't plan a trip anytime soon, but I don't assume you do either.
Oh, well, if I'm down that way, or, if I need somewhere to hide, that's where I'll be. If it's not here.
This is a little safe house for now.
But yeah, it's there. There's a bit. Most of the good stuff. I tell you what, if they try and sell anything else in that collection, and someone does any decent work on what they're trying to sell, that's not Mum's harp, they might get in a bit of trouble. I might get in a bit of trouble for it.
Are they still in contact with you?
Not since I left. Not since I left for the Lyceum.
Did they try?
No. Of course not.
Typical. Well, I took a few things as well. Not anything from the collection like that. Nothing arcane like that, but you might like this. She kind of grabs your hands and leads you upstairs to her room, and you see there's a bookcase that's awfully just like common. It is a farmstead bookcase, but you see on it, kind of like put onto it in their dust jacket still, a bunch of first editions from your family's library. Like novels and histories and small bits. Yeah. Nothing magical, but
no, that's fine.
Books.
I'm gonna take out the oh my god, what's it called? The catalog that Leo has that he made himself. That is everything in the collection. All of these are in the wrong order. I'll fix them before I leave. I'll start marking off little ticks of locations of the books that are.
You see, the fanciest thing she managed to collect was a one accounted history of the 300-year war by Xerxes Stren. Now is the god of magic, Xerxes Stren. Sorry, not god of magic, god of secrets, Xerxes Stren, but it is a book penned by a god when they were immortal. And It is a fancy book.
I'll just take it. Not trying to read it. Leo's read this thing 100 times.
Oh yeah, she doesn't care.
But yeah, it's just Leo's book. Let's be honest. But he's just gonna, thumb through it for memory's sake. Can't believe you got away with this. It's the real one.
I just grabbed a ton of them. I figured... So this is the bullshit. I figured they'd be really easy to sell. Apparently first edition books like this are not that easy to sell.
No, they need the... Do you want them sold?
I don't need them sold now, but when I first left, I would have liked them sold.
Yeah. I have a buyer for you.
I'm not interested.
These are yours. Not that one, though. That one's mine. And not that one.
I know, that's your
that
diary.
Mine as well. What? Throw it at her. Come. Mage hand it back to me. I'm keeping this. You can't have it.
I mean, you wrote it between the ages of 7 and 9, so you can have it. It's not very good.
You don't know how to read it properly. This is nice.
Stealing our little bits of home.
Yeah. Well, they
I
stole
would
it
have
from
sold it,
us.
but I don't need it to sell it anymore, really.
Do you have gold?
I do.
Do you have any gold that you didn't steal from me?
I do. I didn't steal anything from you today.
Yes, not today.
No, I've the hidden rings we collected a decent sum. And with the Tavises, this hamlet's meant to be self-sustaining if we can work the land. So I don't need a lot of gold, but I do still have a bit, and I'm no fool. They're going to ask me to do work, but I'll get paid for it.
Yeah. Look, that as far as employers are concerned, they're not the worst employers to have. There are a few they like to stand on ceremony a bit. Yeah, they like things done the proper way, and I'll give her the look that means the proper way.
Well, we're no stranger to that.
Yeah. Look, they're fair. You do good work. You get paid well. If you want to do work. They won't force it on you. Carol is... do the right thing. Follow the rules. And you'll be on the good graces. This is... There are no strings. I've checked. There are no strings attached to this.
Not to this. We pay our taxes. I assume there's strings for this attached to you.
No. I've got other things I need out of the Tavises before I cut them loose, but this is not... This is yours. And, the royal yours.
I have the deeds, at the very least.
Yeah. But no, you don't need to worry about protecting me by protecting this. But if you want to accelerate what you're trying to do here,
I already know, don't worry.
I know, but...
They've asked me to do a job. I'm thinking about it.
What are we doing?
Not you. Me.
Shut up. What are we doing?
You're a bit loud for it, if I'm being honest.
I'm invisible in everything.
Well, you still make noise when you're invisible. There's an art collector, portraits and the like, in Mantarathia, proper capital. It's not that they asked me to do it specifically, it's that they put a bounty on it for me if I could get it.
What do they want?
It's some portrait of
Wait. Detect magic.
Nothing.
Why good?
I assume so.
Well,
I wasn't told I can't discuss this with you.
We'll let them try.
That woman Lo, she said she's kind of in charge of looking over this area for us, and if any of us won't work. But there's a painting of what was originally meant to be the 4 high priests of Casellia down in Mantarthir, a spoil of war, so to speak, from the civil war of Mantarthir and Casellia. And the Tavis estate are interested in it. I think they have a buyer lined up somewhere. It's in some museum of collectors or something. It's
another one.
Another one.
Well,
I'm familiar with them. So.
Yeah.
I haven't decided if I'm going to do it. It's...
Wouldn't take you much.
Well, they've put a bounty of 3,000 gold on it.
Fuck. Maybe I could get it. I'm pretty sure Poppet could get away with it on his own.
It's apparently well guarded. Some magical barriers or something of the like.
Well, that's sounding a little bit more my speed.
No, she kind of taps a little book on her side. I've got small ways of dealing with stuff like that, and the more mechanical traps are definitely up to my speed.
Oh, I've seen my fair share of mechanical traps. Look, if you want some help, you know I'm not far away.
Before I do any decisions, I'll have to make my way down to Mantarthir and scout it out.
We'll cast exposition, or I'll get the address.
It's some very up and high and mighty art collector private collection in Mantarthir. It's not an easy one to get to. It's not like a public thing, but it's, if I can get there, it's not a bad one. I think it's also kind of they're curious to see if I can do it.
Well, it's an easy job to start with. It's easier than my first job, let's be honest.
Oh.
My first job was saving your bloody ass.
Your first job was getting a box. You could have stole that from us. If you were smarter.
Come on.
Look, thankfully there's no siblings down in Mantarthir for me to run into on my first job.
Oh, yeah, well, Dad, maybe.
He's up in Arvagrad.
Well, but he is the Minister of Treasury. And there's a lot of trade between Alvor and Mantarthir.
Yeah, but... Look, I won't run into him. I'll be fine. I'm gonna I'm gonna give it about a week here, and then I'm gonna get a carriage and a horse, and I'm gonna go down. There's some things I want to pick up in Mantarthir anyway, to, new furnishings, new stuff for the house. Spend a little bit of gold I do have on some fun stuff to get this place homey.
Leo will just quickly, in the 10 seconds it takes him to scan the entire building, is there anything that is obvious that could require maintenance?
There's maybe a beam up on the roof in the main bedroom that there's part of the thatch roof needs to be rethatched.
Will keep me busy for a few days. Not much.
Yeah, but the blankets, new bedding, cookware. I mean,
it could be fun.
It's a little trip
for a while. Maybe I'll come with you.
Do you have time?
I've got to go back at some point anyway. Are you thinking in the next couple of days?
It's more than a couple of days down to Mantarthir. From here, it's maybe...
It could be quicker.
I think from where we are, it's about a day to Sartan, and then... It's about 9 days proper to Mantarthir, which is the capital.
Yes. I'm sure it is.
Unless you have a way to get us there quicker. And no.
This is a question for Des, not for Maddie. Does Leo know that he's not supposed to talk about the portal to Mantarthir underneath the Tavis estate or in the bathhouse?
That would be up to your best judgment. It hasn't been explicitly said one way or the other.
Talk to Lo. Could be quicker.
All right. I have one of these. She pulls out like a small sending stone.
Oh, but not now. Come on,
No, but I can. I've got this for anything else related, and she kind of just tosses it onto her nightstand. It's magic. It doesn't break.
Yeah, I know. You know what I do for a
I
living?
know, but you made a face when I threw it.
It's so careless for something so important.
I mean, if I break it, I'll get another.
That's not how that works.
I think with their money, it is.
There's a reason. You know damn well there's a reason rich people are rich. Because they make other people pay for their things.
Look, I'm sure I'll be paying for lots. Do you want to see the goats?
Yeah, let's see the goats and toddle off. While I'm here in the next at least couple of days, I did grab a ring mage's staff, and I wouldn't mind. I don't need someone to translate it for me. That's half the fun. But I do need to know where to start.
Ooh. Who did you grab it off of again?
The mage who was trying to kill you on the road before we got to Orcus.
Okay. A lot of the ring mages don't like people knowing how their stuff works.
Yes, but
your best bet is...
I feel like I earned it.
Your best chance is there's a woman with us named Zethri. She's probably the most open you're going to try and find. I can introduce you tonight.
Yeah, tonight. Dinner. I've got a small bag of supplies. Nothing fancy, just some pastries and some charcuterie. But I thought that'd be enough for dinner, unless there's something happening.
Well, there's a group meal in the boarding house for anyone who wants it, but I've been making my own food to varying success.
Unpacking that in her pantry. Not
it's
expecting to actually eat it.
It's very bare bones still. She's been here like maybe 3 days since you guys kind of settled in.
I'm going to start unloading all of my rations into this. Just everything that I've got. Just
Leo,
the whole lot.
food. We have food. Don't just dump your shit in here.
Shut up.
Fine. So 4 goats.
Look at him go.
Look at them go. One of them kind of turns and just runs straight at Leo and just headbutt into the leg.
Oh, I'm going to cast shield.
Poof. I don't think he likes you.
That's fair. I'm going back on the other side of the fence. This is quaint. It's peaceful.
I mean, it's home now. For the foreseeable future. What?
How many of you are there? How many did we get out?
There's how many we got out, and then there's how many wanted to actually partake in this. I think we have about 30. I think it's 38 of us officially came and decided to settle down here.
That's good.
I mean, well, like what? There was a fair few in the camp, so there was not even half. But it's... The people that came are good people. There's some people who are going to... Some got turned into Avora, obviously, for trying to square away any bounties there.
Sure.
Some just decided to go their own way. Some agreed to do more active work for the Towers of the State, didn't want to settle down.
Well, that's okay.
A lot of us are here.
Do you think you'll stay?
I do. I think I'll stay here. Anyway, I'm close to you now. So.
Yeah. It's a blessing and a curse, you know.
No.
Because I'm close to you too.
That's okay. I'll hear you coming.
We'll see.
You will not hear me coming. I can guarantee you that.
All right.
But I will stay. I think I'll do some work for the Tavises. I'm a homeowner now, so I have roots to set
I know
down.
you've got responsibilities.
I mean,
And you've got a elected position.
I disagree. I fervently, in fact, disagree. I'm
don't
not
think
leading
you chose
anyone.
that house. Like it or not, you're in charge. People will ask your opinions and ask you to make
Will
decisions.
you make decisions as a group? You know
You know that's not true.
Look, I don't want to be in charge of anyone. I don't want people to look to me to lead them. That's not what I'm looking for.
We don't always get what we want.
No. But a small life, some goats. Bother you when I get the chance.
I gave them all
Honestly.
coins, by the way.
You did?
Yeah. Maddie, you were about to die. What else was I going to do?
No, that's fair. I do owe them. I'm not
Well,
giving them a coin.
they know-
But they can have yours.
No. They've got mine. You know what it is. I felt like they earned it.
They did.
Yeah.
They're not bad people. Although I'm pretty sure someone
Well-
went through my underwear.
Oh, no, that was me. I was looking for the gold you stole. You're not the only one who can pick a lock.
Well, you didn't get the bottom of my chest, which is still good.
Yeah, it was a...
You did activate the trap, though, which is very good.
Yeah, that kicked my ass. Well done. Do you have any more Mage Bane? Or do you have anyone else who could make Mage Bane?
I do have people who can... Zethri can, in theory, make Mage Bane. Yeah, come on, I'll introduce you. Let's go.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
So she can-
I'm just, as we're wondering, I'm just killing time. I don't have any plans for anything to do here. I'm yours for the next couple of days.
I mean, that's all right.
I'm not feeding the goats.
You can feed them from over the fence. Just throw the grain over. Come on, as she brings you to the boarding house,
Okay.
and it's kind of loud, and there's like a lot of jovial. Someone's playing a lute, not like exceptionally, but it's kind of just like lazily playing the lute for people. You see, there's a half-elven woman that she kind of introduces to you to. She's got like dirty brown hair, like kind of that like hints of blonde through it. Side of the head is shaved and it's kind of braided to one side. It's not all too dissimilar to Ali's hairstyle. It's very Bellerin of it. She's got a lot of like staff beside her. You see she's got a ring staff of her own. And she's kind of sees you, Maddie. She goes, Maddie, you've got a shadow.
I was... Actually, that would make me the shadow. Maddie was first by about 6 minutes.
I take it you're Leo, and Maddie goes, yeah,
I
this
am
is
Leo.
my little brother. He's
Little? You always said that those 6 minutes made all the difference.
the best 6 minutes of
Get
my
any of
life.
You didn't get any of the brains.
All the
All
looks,
the
though.
looks. God damn it. Mrs. Zethri, I imagine. My name's Leo. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah. Zethri Vin, pleasure to meet you.
Zethri
Zan.
Finn, V-I-N-N.
V-I-N-N. Zethri Vin.
Got it. No, pleasure. How are you settling in? Is it all working all right?
Farm work? I feel like I would have been better if I went down Druid's path to do this. I don't think being a wizard was so conductive to this, but I'm learning.
Well, that's what we do, isn't it?
Yes. I have settled in all right. It is going not all too difficult. If I could turn my familiar into an ox, that would be handy, but it's slightly outside the realm of possibility.
I think cat's going to be the best that you can do.
Can't pull a...
No.
But
Unseen 7 though.
We have a few of them trying to do a few things. They do a lot of the early morning work for people.
They do depend on the knowledge of the master, I suppose.
Yes.
And
We've got a lot of books on farming. So.
Well, that's a good start. How is life under my sister's tyrannical rule?
She leads us well, and she kind of just manages up the back of her head. She goes,
"Oh, I see how it is. An iron fist.
An iron fist, yes.
Yeah.
Maddie is a great ally to speak to in times of turmoil.
Oh yes, she's a cruel but benevolent king.
She's a.
I'm going to get stabbed at least once tonight. I will have earned it.
You will have, but everything is good with Maddie. Maddie kind of goes, I've had enough of this slander, I'm going for stew. And she walks over to the kind of communal pot.
Get to.
She kind of waves a hand behind her.
I don't think I'm getting stew.
Not after those comments, no.
No, I might get away with it. Look, I'm here under false pretenses. It's lovely to meet you and all, but I was wondering if you could change tack to a more intellectual pursuit for a moment.
Is this something you wish to discuss in the boarding house in front of everybody, or?
That would be up to you. But I'll very obviously look at her staff. I have a staff.
I assume this is something you got when the whole Hawkins situation was going down.
Yeah.
I have a small little farm
curiosity.
Perhaps we don't discuss that in front of the other.
That exactly my thinking. I will take.
So he kind of grabs your hand and she stands. She's tall when she stands, and she kind of announces, "All right, everybody, I'm going to go deflower Maddie's brother," and she leads you out. And Maddie goes, "What the fuck?" She goes, "That should buy us privacy."
That's optimistic. My sister will be there in about 3 minutes.
Does your sister often trying to watch you copulate relationships?
Oh no, she'd never let me get away with it.
Curious. She just like she's like pulling you by that. She's like walking at a stride.
Yeah.
She's making it believable.
Yeah.
But she kind
of Leo does not move quick. Leo does not know what's happening right now.
Yes, this is like very low lit farmstead. There's you can hear the like faint clucking of chickens out the back of it. It's not quite as large as Maddie's. It seems to be like maybe one room on the upstairs. It's like literally goes up to one room on the top floor, and then bottom floor is like very much all these things on the bottom floor are like these one room kind of living, kitchenette, everything. This one's everything's like neat in a row. It's very much so what you would prefer.
That's more like it.
Yes, Maddie does live like she's in the styes.
Oh yes, just put her there. It'll save time.
All right. So you have a ring staff.
To business. Pull out the stuff. Now I don't need. I'm not looking for hand holding. I'm not looking for actual translation. That you're a wizard. I don't need to explain this.
Yeah.
I want to figure it out for myself. I just don't know where to start.
Who did you take this off
of? This is the second time Leo has been asked this, and he's starting to remember faces and looks and stuff. And I will cast Minor Illusion and try and make it look the best representation that I can of that person. I realize that it's a spellbook of some kind, but
it is. That's Kelton's. It was Kelton's.
Kelton's, all right.
He was a prick, so that's fine.
But look, Prickle, no, his magic is quite powerful, and look, all wizards have ambition, and I'm sure you understand my interest. How do I read it? I just...
Can I see it?
And I'll pull out my spellbook and... Oh no, I don't have my spellbook. Fuck. I literally don't have a spellbook. Fuck. No.
May I see
no,
the staff?
It's getting... yeah, by all means, I hand it over.
Kind of turns over. Well, that's a start. You're going to need to know how to read Goliath.
That could be arranged.
So, generally speaking, the smaller rings on the inside are where they start with their first spells. So what you're going to be looking for, and I'll give you a starting point, as she kind of grabs one ring on the very top corner. I would have a strong educated guess from what I knew of him is this was his Find Familiar ring. I've seen him use this. So using that, you should be able to decode other spells. There is a code.
Wonderful.
Think of it like a cipher. Every ring is a cipher along the ring.
Yeah.
It's very similar to like if you're familiar with like Celtic Ogham, like those kind of lines and scratches along a ring going in a circle. It's very like that. So just trying to figure out what the kind of the offset is of Find Familiar, and you kind of see there's like similar glyphs.
If this is pointed out and the first one is a conjuration spell, I'm going to click immediately for Leo.
Yeah. So if you're going to need to know the Goliath, because obviously it's not going to be the same letter patterns in Goliath as it is in...
I can translate. I understand, comprehend languages.
But if you use that, and it'll take time, I won't lie.
No, it's supposed to.
As you get to some of the higher
free.
rings, she thumbs around some of the third level kind of spells, what she would assume is third level spells based on like positioning them on the staff.
Yeah.
She goes, these seem to be not the same. It looks like Kelton shifted his cipher at this time for the third and fourth levels. So you'll want to try and find what cipher he used for that. And she pulls glasses up for it. They're still Goliath, but it looks like it looks more like a oh. Let me see if she cracks it off the top of her head. It's backwards.
a master of subterfuge, I guess.
Well, it's also just most people who get a ring staff don't know what they're doing in the first place. So at a certain stage, it just gets fun to try different ways of doing it. But
it's fascinating.
Ring magic is very good. Are you familiar with ring magic? You're not. You'll forgive me. Well, obviously, I'm not myself from up near Bellerin originally, but
I'm a more academically trained mage. Not to discount.
Well, the ring mages are. The ring legion does train up there proper. There is a school.
Oh, forgive me. Practical magic is more, in arcanism and antiquity. I'm not explaining this very well. I go to the Lyceum, the classic schools.
That's all right. There's some interesting ring spells, I will be honest. There's it will help you learn it, although you'll have to make one of your own eventually. As she grabs a small little 2 metal rings, kind of off her lapel, both of them, and she hands you them. I won't tell you how to decode mine, but
I can't take these.
I have many of them. That is, in theory, just a first level spell, Ring Strike. So you infuse the metal rings together. It's transmutation based if you're any good at that.
No, not as good as my conjuration, but not bad.
You can cause them to orbit slowly around your head or your hand as she kind of picks them up and they start just orbiting her hand. And then when you hit something within about 60 feet of you, you can launch one of the rings to strike the target as well. So it takes an extra bit of bludgeoning and they can get pushed away. So it's very handy. The rings get destroyed when it strikes. So I just keep a lot of them handy.
Thank you. How are you doing for supplies and reagents, components?
I'm doing
any
quite
of that?
well. I'm a bit of an alchemist at my own styling, I suppose is the best way to say it. So the Tavises have enlisted me in potion craft, so I'm making potions for them on the regular now. Well, starting.
Oh, good.
So I'm keeping a decent job. I did used to have a small shop up near up north. No, Maddie said you were both. So Baelmar,
where she's been, I've been.
No, Baelmar is where I'm originally from. So
I know the town.
yeah, I used to have a small shop there.
Not long until you have one here.
Perhaps I have a bit of a knack for it. My chickens are trying to eat the magical ingredients there. Well, that I've tried to plant near them. I need to put some wire around that, I think.
I'm not much for the rural life.
No, but
Put me
I
in a
will get
lab.
accustomed. But Ring Strike is a very handy spell. It lasts an hour. So you cast it. It's
Cool. Concentration.
I'll double check, but I don't think it is.
Cool.
It's just a great way to get an extra D10 on a hit. No, it's just you cast it and it lasts for an hour. You just now it can't be ritually cast or anything, but
No, that's fine.
yeah.
Thank you for this. This lesson has been quite instructive. I'm going to need to find a manual translator for Goliath, but I feel like that could be worked out pretty well. I'd rather not cheat with comprehend languages.
That takes the fun out of it.
A little bit.
Mine's not in Goliath. You'll have to have a little bit better look on mine. You'll need some
Oh, that's
magnifying
all right.
glasses.
Pull down the 3 lenses that I use for detect magic, and I'll break the lens in half. That'll do.
You look at the ring. You can see minusculely engraved on this ring is Draconic, but the way it's written makes no sense.
Your Draconic is a bit rusty.
It is not.
This is a dialect, I imagine.
It is not. It is encoded.
I can't see this properly. I'll pull out my jeweler's lens. Well, that's some homework.
You'll just have to figure out the key down the line.
Nothing but time. Thank you. I feel like I've taken all of the gifts and given you nothing in return.
You helped us get this home, so consider it even.
No. This was a gift freely given. Put me to work. I'm here for at least a few days. I'm not feeding those bloody goats.
You can help feed the chickens if you'd like. You can help till the fields. We're getting. It's still spring. We're trying to get stuff planted for as quick as we can.
All right. Well, I'm at your disposal. I can be
Don't
put
worry,
to work
I
for
won't
as long as
deflower
you like.
you in reality.
Yeah, that's not for me. But thank you for this.
She
this
kind
has
of
been...
looks at her hand and then she just starts ruffling your hair, like starts unjustling some of your clothes. Just make it look
come on.
believable.
They're not going to believe you. Maddie will not believe you.
Right, get out of here now. You're allowed.
All right.
You're free to go.
I get shoved out.
As you open the door, set upon benches is 37 people. Woo! Let's go! As the remainder of the hidden rings and Maddie is just sitting there eating her stew.
Where's my stew?
It's beside me. As everyone is just like clapping and just like patting you on the back.
No. Why? Just pleading with my sister.
I know nothing happened in
why
there,
do you
but
do
this is funnier.
Why do you do this to me?
You see now,
I do nothing.
she kind of follows out in suit a minute later to try and check what all the noise is about. And you're not sure if she's doing this to like mess with you a little bit or if it's like just this is how it is. She comes down and Zethri's got like her robe like half off, her like her bra strap is showing, and she's like fixing herself and she goes, "Oh, everyone's out here. How embarrassing." And
Oh, come on. That's not helping.
Yeah. About 30 people come up and they've got like these small daisies and they just start putting flowers in your hair. They go, here's a flower for you now. Here's a flower for you now.
Fuck's sake.
And the night is merriment and people jeering and teasing. But it's fun.
You know what? I hate you, Maddie. I actively hate you.
Well, I actively enjoyed that a lot.
Well, that makes it worth it then.
And there's just like a very genuine smile on her. She's like,
yeah, good.
Like at your expense, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's fine. If she's getting an actual real laugh after the last couple of weeks,
yeah, this is probably
we'll take one for the team.
From what your look is, it looks like for the first time in a couple of days, she's not thinking about Arden's passing.
Yeah, good. Then I'll lean into it for a little bit. I'll be the butt of the joke. I will start throwing flowers at her at some point. Just general harmless banter, just to try and take her mind off it. I didn't bring booze.
I don't drink.
No, neither do I. I'm sorry.
I did for a little while. It was bad.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how you'd manage it. I've done it once, and that was enough. Awful.
It gets to like 2-3 in the morning. I was like, they've made like a de facto small festival in Leah's honor to just like have music and merriment playing. They've made like a little bonfire going in the middle of the area. It starts to die down a little bit. You kind of go back to Maddie's farmstead, and she kind of looks. She goes, "Was she breathtaking?"
Nothing happened.
I know.
Go to bed.
The room upstairs on the right is yours. Feel free to.
Yeah. All right. What is it, like?
Walks up.
3 o'clock in the morning, something like that. For the first time in a long time, Leo is going to go to bed and just be out until he's out.
It's definitely... It's a weird feeling. Home, like having a place that feels like home. Like the Lyceum is a dorm. Home was home, but home never really felt like home. But here in a small farm with you, Maddie, 3 goats.
The rats.
One that doesn't like you. Some mice that are up in the thatch.
Yeah.
It's never something you thought would be so comforting. You wake up feeling very refreshed. You wake up to the kind of sizzling snap of bacon on a fire. You hear cooking happening downstairs. You make your way downstairs. You see Maddie's in like an apron, kind of got like a shirt kind of half off from the previous night. Her hair is just like very much so.
If I see the apron, I will just start laughing.
I'm not getting grease on my good pants.
You mean your only pants?
She takes the spatula, grease at you.
Shield.
All right, smartass. She does it again.
Shield.
I've got all
morning. I can do
this all
day. Shield. I've
You'll
got
run
more
out of
spell
spells
slots
before
than
I run out of grease.
Sleep.
How much roll?
Oh yeah, all right. Second level, so it's 7d8. You said I only needed a d20. You lied to me.
Yeah. Look, I wasn't going to brought this combat. Don't bother rolling. Maddie has more max HP than 56 max of 78.
Oh, that's bullshit. I rolled like arse anyway. I will take the grease. And then I'll cast grease on her.
Just grab the... I see how this is going. She puts a dagger on the table.
I put the rabbit on the table.
Breakfast?
Yeah.
All right. She just grabs you and pulls you into a hug and just with the grease.
I'll clean this up later.
It's all right.
That is
just get Zephyr to lick it off you.
Telekinetic shove. I push her back towards the oven.
Is that a save?
Yeah. Con save, I think. Yeah.
Con save.
15.
Pull up her sheet. You try. She just kind of like rocks on her heels a little bit. I thought you were better at magic.
I can be.
Why are you trying to push me into an oven?
couldn't think of anything funnier to do.
Comedy never was your strong suit.
No. I've been reminded of that of late.
She kind of just pulled the grease off herself. She goes, would you mind getting rid of it?
I do so. I leave one patch sticky in the back of her head.
I know where you sleep, Lionel Van Horn.
Yeah. Now. We were having fun.
Get it off.
We were having fun. There's no need for that.
Full name,
Madeline.
At least it's not Lionel.
How does it feel?
So, what's your plan for the day? What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to fix that. I'm going to. Raph, why? I'm going to fix that. I'm going to fix that. That pan is destroyed, so I'm going to try and do something about that. I don't rattle off about 11, 12, 16 things. You're living in absolute squalor, Maddie. This is not fit for anyone. Bring the goats in. They'll be more at home. I mean, I know you've got goats, but I didn't realize you had pigs as well.
It's organized in a way.
Madeline, no, it's not. This is filthy.
It's not filthy. It's all clean. It's just disorganized.
There's grease all over the floor.
You did that, Lionel.
I've seen you cook before. All right. So then I'm going to go and sort those books out because your librarianship is atrocious. I don't know if you can even read. And then I think I
learned to read 6 minutes before you.
That's not true by several measures. And then I'm going to try and make myself useful. If you're putting down roots here, I feel like I should at least contribute.
All right, well, if you're going to be making a mess, lose the armor, put on some overalls. There's spare ones in the wardrobe.
Leo's traveling today. He's not wearing overalls. He's wearing a leather vest and a white shirt with the sleeves rolled up, and that's about it.
All right.
His armor's in the haversack.
So, taking around the day, it's a lot of manually intensive labor with some of it getting stuff in place to fix. A lot of it you've got tools for. Some of it you have to try and ask around for help for.
Is there a smithy?
There is not a smithy.
I will set up a rough smithy. Best I can fashion. And just, Leo's a trained blacksmith.
Yeah.
As, amongst all of his other skills.
You get a bit of clay you find from mud outside. You just kind of try and put together a small kiln.
Yeah, enough. Just something I can fire some horseshoes and, show a couple of the farmers, the wizards. This is how to, shape a horseshoe so that when he leaves, they know how to, shoe a horse. A
lot of them are asking extremely intricate questions on angles and the geometry of it. Is there any specific formula you can follow? And it's you're trying to teach a lot of nerds a lot of outdoorsmanship.
Yeah, it's like teaching someone how to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
So this is Leo learning how to be a blacksmith and Leo teaching Leo how to be a blacksmith. This is perfect. He spends as much of the day as he can just settling in.
Yeah. So for expedience sake now, because I don't want to just rehash the same scenes.
Yeah.
You spend the next bit of time. Is there anything else you'd specifically like to accomplish in this session, or will we wind down?
We're happy to wind down. Let me just check my notes because there was a couple other stuff I wanted to do. That's it. That was... If that was enough... Yeah, I just wanted to spend relaxing time. Yeah, quality time with his sister. Honestly, the real motivation for Leo here was he wanted to make sure his sister was okay. It was the only thing he really gave a shit about.
She's not okay, but you know she will be.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of pain, but she's grieving. Like unfortunately there's no way for you to take that from her.
Yeah, Leo just wants to be punching bag, a stuffed toy, whatever she needs for the next few days, just to give her a sense of normalcy and to make sure she's. It's like when when your family member moves out for the first time and you bring them a trolley full of shopping, just to make sure they're settled well enough, and that's enough. That's what he'd want to do in the next couple of days.
The next kind of 5 days pass as you kind of get yourself sorted before you have to make your way back to Vinzeridan. You spend a lot of it with the Hidden Rings in Bromwich, and you get accepted very quick among them. This is a lot of people who found family, and you find a place among them very quick. There's a lot of, after the first day of showing people how to do some blacksmithing stuff, they kind of pull out from the boarding house like what was in storage, a small anvil, and try and help set up a little area for you to do it. And you fall into a routine very easily. And it's a very mundane, you don't even have a spell book with you, and it's so alien, but it's so comforting. At the end, there's a slightly teary goodbye, tears in eyes, I'd say, from Maddie. She doesn't kind of want you to go, gives you a good hug goodbye. They kind of, the night before you're getting ready to leave, they put on a bit extra food and have one big more night all together. You've never felt as comfortable with people a lot of your life.
No. But
this is probably the most comfortable you felt, as you're among a lot of like-minded individuals, a lot of very, for what they're doing in mundane, these like experts in various fields of arcane craft and knowledge. It's like, you're helping them feed the chickens while talking about arcane formulae for ring magic. This could be home. And that's how we're going to end the session. Thanks so much for hanging out.
As he goes to leave, I want to put one thing. Leo's got to look at the shoreline of the pond and just find a nice quiet spot and just think about Wizard's Tower would look really nice there. Huh. And off he goes.
So, thanks for everyone hanging out today. Thank you for those in chat. Thank you for those who came in and followed and hung out with us. We will be live again on Friday for some D&D Academy. Make sure to check us out. Join us on Discord and hang out wherever you can. And if you liked what you saw today, there's also a regular mainline game that happens every Saturday night at 10:30 p.m. GMT +1, which will change the daylight savings, but it also get rebroadcasted every Monday. And shortly after this session, it will be up on the YouTube as well. So thanks so much for hanging out. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Love your bloody face.